Guys, Ben Shapiro just dropped another take about gay marriage, and it's not a great one. We're going to react to his full remarks, but first, welcome back to my channel. I'm Brad Polumbo, a libertarian conservative political commentator. If you're new here, stick around, subscribe, like this video, yada yada yada. First though, some context for this conversation is that the Senate just passed the Respect for Marriage Act. This law does two things. It enshrines gay marriage into federal law, basically saying that federal law will treat any state-performed marriage between two people equally, whether it's a heterosexual marriage or a gay marriage. This is being done because some people, I think it probably won't happen, but some people are worried that the Supreme Court will overturn their decision from years ago that established gay marriage as the law of the land. Now, if that happened, the fallback law would still be that gay marriage is the law of the land. The bill also includes very explicit protections for religious liberty and an acknowledgement that people of good faith can come down on both sides of this issue. But anyway, some people on the right still were very unhappy about this bill and the fact that some Republicans are voting for it. Let's hear them out and listen to what Ben had to say.
With the Democrats taking the Senate, they are now going to move ahead with a vote on a gay marriage bill. Now, what is the purpose of a gay marriage bill? There is no purpose to a gay marriage bill. Obergefell has already been ruled upon. And a simple gay marriage bill is not even a constitutional amendment. So it's not even above and beyond the Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court ruling is still the law. If the Supreme Court ruling were overturned, a quick majority in the Senate could quickly overturn this law. Okay, but
so, like I explained, the point of the law is to be the fallback so that right now, if gay marriage, the case was overturned, the current federal law actually still says that marriage is only between a man and a woman, so it would go back to that. But the point of this bill is to change the current law so that if the case were overturned, it would reset to the current status quo rather than all of a sudden tens of thousands of people are no longer married and their adoptions are potentially put in jeopardy and all this chaos that could happen.
The idea here is that you're going to get all the Republicans on record as to whether they support or do not support same-sex marriage. Now, let me just put this out there for the Republican senators. If you vote in favor of the idea that society has an obligation to recognize male-male or female-female dyads in the same way that society has an obligation to recognize male-female, you should not be in the Republican Party. You shouldn't. Okay, the reason I say this is not because I wish to shrink the size of the Republican Party. Because if the fundamental basis of human society is male-female child, and you think that by passing a law you can change that reality, you do not belong in government.
All right, guys, so I wanted to show you Ben's full comments in context there because I'm not coming at this from the perspective of trying to destroy him or do a hit job or anything. He has some commentary and work I actually appreciate, but I want to touch on a few things here. First, Ben is framing this bill as something that forces society to accept gay marriage. That's not the case at all. What the bill does is force the government, state and federal, to treat marriages equally and to respect marriages performed by the states. It doesn't force any private people to believe in gay marriage. It doesn't support any religious organization to perform or enhance or serve in a gay marriage. In fact, it specifically says they don't have to. The other part of this take that truly makes it, we can have good faith disagreements and debates about gay marriage. Actually, I would love to have a conversation with Ben about that. But the part where he says that Republicans who vote for this should be kicked out of the Republican Party is truly nuts. Because I don't know if anyone's broken it to Ben, but he's surely seen the polling that a majority of Republicans now support gay marriage. When you look at young Republicans, it's even higher. So Ben realizes that he's saying more than 50% of the GOP shouldn't be allowed in the Republican Party, right? It's weird to take a minority position that you hold and try to make it a litmus test for the entire movement. I don't think anybody's going to be taking that advice, because if they did, it'd be really bad for the GOP. If anything, the Republican Party is becoming more accepting of gay marriage and gay people, and I personally think that's a really good thing. People like Ben are entitled to their views, but they're increasingly a minority view, and so they need to accept the fact that they're not going to get to dictate to everybody else what they have to believe or think or vote on these issues. I want us all to live side by side, but I think the Respect for Marriage Act is a win for equality that doesn't endanger religious liberty in any meaningful way. It's something many conservatives and even the Mormon Church have endorsed. There's just no reason for folks like Ben to be up in arms about it. Alright guys, let me know what you think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, like this video, comment, yada yada yada, subscribe, blah blah blah. I'm curious genuinely where you guys come down on this debate, because I think it's a really interesting debate within the right now. But with that, I'll see you all in the next video.